we're mid-August, we're well after most Pride stuff is well over and done with. So let's take a look and compare these two beers. There's this one from Sawdust City, and there's the Rainbow Smiles Double Sherbet IPA from Flying Monkeys. Sorry, Rainbow Sherbet Double IPA. This is a brewery about 15 minutes to the north of me. It's a regional craft brewery that's provincially distributed. This is an internationally distributed large craft brewery. Barely a craft brewery anymore. One of the oldest in Canada. This is doing it right. It is their Pride Month release. You can tell because there's a great big modern Pride flag on it. So on the can, it talks about a partnership with Muskoka Pride, but doesn't give you any details. Online, it does give you more details about a portion of the proceeds going to help support Muskoka Pride, and a little bit about their commitment to just supporting their queer community locally. So there's a charitable tie-in, there's the flag, and I picked this up during Pride Week, actually after the Pride celebrations in Bracebridge on my way home. It was released mid-July, so very much on time for Pride Week. It's got this sort of rainbow gradient on it so that you can sort of to cue you up that it's a Pride beer from far away. Both of these beers were well executed. The North American Amber Lager style, very approachable, still has some character to it, and overall very pleasant and drinkable. So this beer is named Q, probably one of the safer letters to pick out of the sort of queer alphabet string, and that is why both the Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Diamonds on the same card. So it's reasonably clever branding, and it's pretty open to interpretation. This one here also has sort of the rainbow gradient. This one was packaged at the end of May and was on my local LCBO store shelves in Aurelia for June 1st. Okay. Aside from the rainbow graphic and the rainbow in the name, and it being released for Toronto's Pride Month, there is absolutely no Pride tie-in with this product. Okay? This is just a beer trying to sell itself on the rainbow wave in June. Now that's assuming that this beer came out on time when they intended. If this beer is late, and this was actually intended as an Easter release, this would be a different story. Because this has a lot of young animals and sort of spring themes. If this was intended to be an Easter beer, I wouldn't be making these comments. But June 1st is very much summer in Ontario. So this is either a story of sort of a failure in brew scheduling or a serious misstep in marketing. Okay? I went onto the Flying Monkeys website just in case there was other sort of Pride supports that they were doing that wasn't necessarily printed on the can, because being a quiet ally is okay too. But there's nothing on their website about diversity, inclusivity, Pride initiatives, anything like that. Okay? It's just not there. Looking online, just to double check, I found that they did co-sponsor a movie night once last year. And that's pretty much the extent of their Pride tie-ins. So this is just trying to sell you a beer during Pride Month, whereas this is actually supporting the local community in a meaningful and helpful way. Okay? As to the beers, they're both well executed for what they are, although if I may, what is a Rainbow Sherbet Double IPA? I mean, other than whatever was in this can, which was fine. I mean, it's not my style of beer, but it was competently executed. There's a rainbow on the can, there's a rainbow in the name, and now we've put rainbow in the style. Okay, we're very much rainbow branding this beer. I don't know what a rainbow is supposed to taste like. Even though they didn't release a Pride Month beer, Lake of Bays was also present at the actual Bracebridge Pride Festival and was a sponsor. They also hosted a couple of the events at their brew pub. So that was a great way to be an ally without having to make a special Pride beer. Likewise, to the south of me, Couchagin Craft Brewery in Aurelia hosts a number of different Pride events. Even though, like Lake of Bays, they didn't release a Pride beer. Doing nothing is also kind of an option. I've worked with some people who were pretty positive employers, but they didn't do any particular Pride initiative. And that's largely okay, so long as you don't try to have your cake and eat it too.